94 pounds. First from Brooklyn, New York, he's the Man of Steel, Mike Verna. He is Mike Verna. His partner from Mount Sinai, New York, Ryan Gallione. And their partner from Amityville, New York, Dan Barry. Their opponents in the corner to my left, repping the 508.
Stop. Beyond Wrestling, we made a very specific request to have a serious tag team. Instead, what we have is the Hoods, D-A-Z on the end, to let you know they mean business. And I haven't been relevant Beyond Wrestling since 2012, Anthony Stone.
That's kind of a low blow.
If you want to bring the Heat, Chris Pyro, and other guy, and you want to fight a serious tag team, I'm going to give my team a real challenge. The two of you can beat the three of them without me. You don't need me. You know that. You can bench all three of them at the same time. I need you to show me you can do this. You understand? You need to win. You don't win, serious consequences. Let's go.
Well, Dan Barry has removed himself from this match, and what does that mean? We have a 3-on-2? I mean, is that official? Is Dan just not looking to tag in, or is he going to be popping pills with Rex Lawless on the floor?
I take offense to Dan Barry's comments of the Hoods and Anthony Stone. These are three individuals who have bled Beyond Wrestling since it came to New England. The fact that Dan Barry disrespected them so much in Massachusetts, I just think it's unnecessary.
Look at this guy. Look at the size of Verna. This guy came in the building today. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? This guy's never wrestled for Beyond Wrestling before, but Dan Barry recruited him. I mean, I don't even think the videotape does him justice. This man is as wide as he is tall, and I definitely think that he's a good fit right alongside Ryan Gallione and Rex Lawless, but the hardcore Jesus, Anthony Stone, going to be looking to take a risk. Oh, no. But Ryan Gallione, as tall as he is, he's so quick. Looking to deposit Anthony Stone on the floor. Stone, though, he's a very resilient. You know, he earned the name Hardcore Jesus. Oh, for a reason.
We talked about the quickness. There's almost nobody in Beyond Wrestling as quick as Anthony Stone, and Gallione caught him like he was nothing.
You know, it warms my heart to see the reception here for the Hoods and Anthony Stone at Beyond Wrestling. Last time we saw them back in February, you know, they were having a very difficult time gaining traction. I mean, pretty much lost to the PAWGs, Jordynne, Grace, and LuFisto in record time, and it looks like everything had fallen apart, but, you know, I've been in contact with the guys. If anything opened up, and as fate would have it, Tabernacle team Bucks Belmar unable to join us today, but what we see is a 2-on-3 matchup. Dan Barry is saying that there would be horrible consequences for Gallione and Verna if they could not prove themselves with some real competition.
And that's the thing. You said that they took a little bit of time off because they couldn't gain that traction. What if you after all that time, you come back and you lose in a handicap match where you have the upper hand? That's going to kill your drive and motivation going forward.
Well, the Secret City Soldiers, they were a huge part of the first Americanrana. Here you see the Heat, Chris Pyro getting tagged in, Davey Cash barking out orders on the sidelines. You know, it was that match at Americanrana with Team Tremendous, with the Hoods, with EYFBO, with the Minutemen that really stole the show and set the pace for everything that's come for the last 4 years. And of course, we saw AR Fox versus Anthony Stone in the Best of New England Challenge Series at the first Americanrana. Obviously, we've seen what's happened with JT Dunn and old Biff Busick, so these guys are kind of ingrained in the history of Beyond Wrestling, but it was a 6-way matchup back in Feeling, Minnesota, with a lot of, let's say, lighthearted competitors, and Dan Barry felt insulted that he was in the mix. I cannot believe that he had the gall to confront Ryan Gallione and Rex Lawless the way that he did last month at Go With The Flow, but obviously something he said got them on his side, so.
But that's the thing. Just adding insult to injury right there. But that's the thing about Dan Barry. Yes, he is a very entertaining individual. I mean, Team Tremendous was one of the most entertaining tag teams that Beyond Wrestling ever brought in. But Dan Barry is a phenomenal technical wrestler. He's so good in that ring, and I think that he believed that that character that he had developed all these years was starting to overshadow how good of a wrestler he was. He wanted to be taken seriously, and I can understand that.
Even with the speed on display, couldn't get out of that. The power bomb followed by the power slam. And Davey Cash is livid on the outside.
We were talking about what happened with Rex Lawless, Mike Vernon being brought in. When you're trying to replace a man like Rex Lawless, Mike Vernon might have been the perfect fit.
Of course, Vernon Lawless teaming in Chikara. So there's certainly a connection there. All of these guys from Long Island, New York, whether they came up through NYWC or the Creative Pro School, I mean, it's still pretty much,
That is not a man that you want chopping you.
No, it's still pretty much the same scene, though. And, you know, a lot of that has to do with Dan Barry and the work that he put in however many years ago, really building up that scene. And we've seen people that he's had a hand in training, whether it's going to be Trent Beretta we'll see later on tonight, Kurt Hawkins, Zach Ryder. I mean, those guys all got pretty good gigs out of working with Dan Barry. Who's to say that the same isn't in store for Ryan Gallione, Mike Vernon, Rex Lawless when he's cleared?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, without it trying to look like a cheap plug, Mick Foley thought enough of Dan Barry to help train his daughter Noelle. That has to say something.
Pass it off with that stalling vertical suplex. Now the slingshot.
Are you kidding me? The strength of this man. I have never seen anything like this in my life.
Rebounded him off all four ropes and then the squat. Vernon's a powerhouse. Something else Verna and Rex Lawless both have in common. They've both gotten looks from WWE.
1, 2.
And the fact that Ryan Gallione hasn't said something to me about how, you know, it was time for him to dump Veda Scott and maybe get with Dan Barry. I mean, Barry's obviously pretty well connected. The fact that he's not even wrestling in this match, though, to me, like you said, if I'm the host or Anthony Stone, I would be insulted.
Oh, no, just spinning him around over and over again in this full Nelson. And it seems so cliche, but if you look at Verna's body, he is not even sweating yet. He hasn't even broken a sweat.
He's just getting started. I mean, the guy's obviously got unbelievable cardiovascular conditioning, well put together, super strong. Look at the way he's got Pyro packaged up right here. Gallione tagging in. I mean, they can pretty much do whatever they want with Pyro at this point. Instead, position him on that top rope. If I'm Pyro, I could be concerned about falling to the floor right now. Well, it could have been just as bad.
I'm sure Pyro, this is not what he had in mind when the Hoods and Anthony Stone accepted this open contract. Maybe having a couple of regrets.
Oh, Pyro trying to kick Gallione off, not having any luck doing so. Gallione is so strong. He took Anthony Stone off the top rope with one hand and slammed him over his knee.
I have never seen any human being be able to pick up another.
Here comes Stone, though. Oh, Stone trying to springboard in the ring and Verna trying to cut him off. Anthony Stone outsmarting him. The double stomp into the DDT, and that's the type of ingenuity that put Beyond Wrestling on the map when Anthony Stone was going nowhere in New England, and he was making the drive out to Ohio in the barn at the Mega Championship Wrestling Gym when it all started back in 2009.
And the blind tag flying high with that drop kick.
Davey Cash is the wild card in all this, man. He's a hothead. I mean, you know, you can make light of it calling them the Hoods, but, I mean, these guys are street thugs. They grew up fighting people. They just do it in the wrestling ring so they don't get arrested.
Oh, what is going on right here?
Oh! Double coast to coast. Big old drop kick. Gallione's in trouble. Dan Barry's beside himself.
Dan Barry may be regretting his decision to not involve himself as the third member of his team.
No, I don't, because I really think that he thinks that these guys have got something to prove, Verna and Gallione.
What is going on right here?
Oh.
The way that Verna just manhandles human beings is ridiculous.
He's using people as weapons.
What was that, like an F10?
All that torque landing right on the back of your head. Pyro's going to be hurt. And here comes Davey Cash. A big open hand exchange. Caught him in the midsection. Verna misses with a clothesline. Oh, kicked the leg out from underneath. Oh!
Hey man, you called Cash a wild card, but right now he is bringing it to the table.
Wow, I'm surprised though. Instead of trying to target Verna, Verna's just quick to get off his back. Cash is looking to set him up in the corner. Verna might have been set in the trap. Caught him with the elbow, but there's Gallione.
Oh, but Cash didn't see him! He didn't see him with that drop kick. Are you kidding me?
I mean, extending from the center of the ring, just ridiculous. Now he's got him hooked up for the cross body.
What is going on?
I mean, that's going to be about 400 pounds right there. And Stone might be looking to save his partners by coming off the top. Oh! But Dan Barry running interference. Rex Lawless, he hit him right in the back with that crutch. I mean, look at how long Verna's holding these guys up. Oh! And with one hand, the Secret City Soldiers come crushing down. What a win for Dan Barry's team.
That may have been one of the most impressive feats of strength I've ever seen.
Mike Verna, Ryan Gallione, and Dan Barry.
And Dan Barry proving himself right that he didn't even need to be involved in this match for Gallione and Verna to walk away with the victory over Anthony Stone and the Hoods.